Hey there, Marvel fans. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Doctor Strange, the movie that turned Benedict Cumberbatch into the most fashionable sorcerer since Merlin. So grab your mystical relics, a cup of tea, and let's explore the film that taught us all that a good haircut can literally save the universe. So, what's the plot here? We meet Dr. Stephen Strange, a world-renowned neurosurgeon who's basically Tony Stark, but with a much bigger ego and a penchant for accidents. After a car crash that leaves his hands shattered, because of course it's the hands, not the brains, he goes on a spiritual quest to find a cure. Spoiler alert, he doesn't just find healing, he finds a whole new career path as a sorcerer. Strange travels to Nepal, because where else would you go to find magical answers? He meets the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton, who's like a yoga instructor, but with way more mystical powers and a total lack of concern for conventional physics. Seriously, she's the ultimate we don't do logic here kind of teacher. Now we're treated to a classic training montage where Strange learns the ins and outs of magic. He goes from I'm a brilliant surgeon to I can bend time and space in what feels like 5 minutes. I mean, come on, how does that work? One day you're stitching up brains, the next you're whipping up portals like it's a magic show for toddlers. And let's not forget the visuals. We get a kaleidoscope of mind-bending effects that would make even Inception feel like a boring PowerPoint presentation. Buildings folding in on themselves, cityscapes bending like they've just taken a yoga class. It's all very trippy. Just try not to watch this while you're high. It might just melt your brain. Enter our villain, Caecilius, played by Mads Mikkelsen. He's got that classic I'm a dark sorcerer with a really bad attitude vibe. His motivation? To harness the power of Dormammu. Because nothing says I'm an evil mastermind like wanting to bring about the end of the world with a giant purple face from another dimension. Nice plan, buddy. Caecilius isn't even the most interesting part. He's just a warm-up act for Dormammu, who has the charisma of a wet sock. Seriously, it's like they put a giant floating head on screen and said, let's just roll with it. He's got all the personality of a villain from a 90 seconds cartoon minus the catchy theme song. Now, let's talk about Strange's personality. He's the quintessential arrogant genius who learns humility after he's basically forced to. You can't help but roll your eyes every time he makes a snarky comment while simultaneously trying to save the universe. He's like, I'm the best sorcerer ever, while everyone else is like, yeah, but have you met Wong? Wong, played by Benedict Wong, is the real MVP here. He's the straight man to Strange's antics, constantly rolling his eyes at the chaos. Honestly, Wong should have his own spin-off series titled Wong's Wisdom, a guide to not screwing up your life. The action scenes are, of course, visually stunning. We have astral projections, magical duels, and a fight with a bunch of goons in a library that's basically Hogwarts meets the Matrix. And then there's the finale where Strange literally fights Dormammu by using the Time Stone. Because when you can't win with strength, just keep rewinding time until the giant head gets fed up. Strange pulls the ultimate, I'll annoy you until you give up move. He's like a toddler who won't stop repeating are we there yet? Until you finally scream. I mean, can we talk about how that's the most creative I won moment in superhero history? Now, let's talk about those Easter eggs. First off, the mention of the Avengers, because who wouldn't want to remind us that the fate of the world rests on a bunch of people with superpowers. And then there's the post-credits scene where Strange meets Thor, setting the stage for Ragnarok. It's like Marvel's version of a buddy cop movie, but with more magic and fewer donuts. And how about that moment when Strange is finally dubbed the Sorcerer Supreme? It's the superhero equivalent of receiving a participation trophy. But hey, he earned it after turning his life upside down. Also, did you catch the book in the library? It's the same one that would later pop up in WandaVision. Talk about foreshadowing. But beyond the flashy visuals and the snarky one-liners, Doctor Strange introduces us to the concept of the multiverse, which is going to be super important in the future of the MCU. It's like Marvel is saying, buckle up, folks, we're about to get weird. And honestly, who doesn't love a good multiverse mashup? The film sets the stage for Strange to become a key player in the MCU, particularly when it comes to the mystical and cosmic elements. Plus, Cumberbatch's performance gives us a new kind of hero, one who's flawed, sarcastic, and way too smart for his own good. It's refreshing, really. So there you have it. Doctor Strange, a film that's all about finding yourself while simultaneously learning how to manipulate time and space. It's got action, humor, and a lesson about the importance of not being a total jerk unless you're a superhero, in which case, it's pretty much expected. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more sarcastic reviews. What did you think of Doctor Strange? Did it open your mind to the magical possibilities of the MCU? Or were you just here for the eye candy? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and remember, with great power comes great amounts of paperwork.